EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of Bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome, head coach Mike McCarthy, and your defending AFC North Pittsburgh.
On the visitor's sideline, there's Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. His guys off to a strong 2-0 start to begin the 2026 campaign. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Steelers offense led by none other than Aaron Rodgers. His 22nd and what he says is his final NFL season.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
First play and a first throw for Rodgers. Caught. It's Wilson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
A short one there to Freiermuth. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Steelers at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. You talk about this Bengals defense. They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
Now a play fake. Rodgers to the right side and complete to Washington. And this won't be enough. Stop the yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys. Because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence. Show some aggressiveness. Go pick it up.
And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Complete to Mike Gesicki. A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Chase, the motion man right. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way he wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is taken at the 15. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. You talk about this Bengals defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. But now he appears to be in some pain. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
This will be caught by Brown. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
A gain of 7. And the Bengals 1st down. Here we go.
Here's Burrow. Open man is Chase, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Bengal 1st down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Jamar Chase is so good. Oftentimes you feel like you almost take him for granted because you expect 1,000 yards or more each and every season, and that's exactly what he's done since he became a Bengal.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They go play action with Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
Yeah, he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Burrow looking to pass. Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And this is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll take the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass.
39-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now out come the Steelers. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Eyes the crossing route, and he finds Pittman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
At the 40-yard
Partner,
line.
we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase him.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. The toss here completed to Pittman.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. And they'll begin here with a run by Brown. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. They're facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he'll be down at the 6-yard line. That's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Pat Fryermuth, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls get through goalposts.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Gain of 9 yards. And the Bengals 1st down.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. Big gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
An inside give, Brown. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Burrow will throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Steelers to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Rodgers now to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw, it's Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. And again, it's Rodgers. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Now Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and it slides to a hole. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
At the 30-yard line.
A handoff for Warren. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Right back to him on 1st down. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
At the 20-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
24-yard line.
It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there.
Oh, I don't know if he sensing contact to come or what, but that's a ball he'd love to have back. That could have gone for big yardage, but it just didn't want to stay in his hands. That's a tough break.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Nifty move. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now Burrow. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for number 39. Incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
The Steelers take over 1st
and Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And as we take a look at the results of the most recent drives that they've had, the last time out they settled for 3. Now they'll look to get in the end zone here as they start this one out 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Warren will try the right side. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A 2-yard pickup brings up
our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Now a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
The Bengals take over.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A gain of 12. First down.
Here's Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield now, Burrow. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Snap comes at 1. Got his man, it's Warren. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that'll make it second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. Now Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right,
If he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
And that will get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. The Bucs set to get the football first, and they trail here as we get started in the second half. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half. So make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps. But above all, play your game.
He's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 7. Burrow looking to pass. Now a short one to Gesicki. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Cole Wilkin. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So 2nd and 4 from the 22.
22-yard line.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. And they'll get this down to the 10. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
I didn't know he still had that in the tank. And this defense clearly didn't either because they were completely ignoring his legs, and he made them pay. Running for a nice gain, he proved teams will still have to respect his legs.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Rodgers going to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Good coverage yet again down here by the goal line. Everyone's blanketed, and he's forced to throw it away and try and come up with something on 3rd down.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to a sack back at the 16-yard line. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And the lead stretches. 16-3 now. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. Oh, he shifts past him. And he returns this to the 22. The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Chase, the motion man right. Now it's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
Now it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They will toss to Brown. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. a 2nd and 10.
Play. 2nd and 10. Here we go. At the 32-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
A gain of 7 yards. And it's 3rd down.
In motion, the tight end. Burrow will throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he is going to have the Bengals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the Bengals first down.
This is Brown going up the middle. Oh, look at the juke. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Here we go, here we go.
They'll set up a throw. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27th. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 66 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you take a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, Yosibach. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now Burrow. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's taken on the 25. Dancing away at the 35. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Four receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. Only able to gain a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 4. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. To throw, it's Rodgers. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Mekhi Blackman's got it. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Even the most tenured quarterbacks can still get fooled from time to time. He clearly thought he had a throwing lane, but the defense shut it down and picked it off. I'm sure he's frustrated with himself, but I'm also sure he'll shake it off.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Here's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
On the give, it's Warren. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now it's Rodgers. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. To throw is Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Dexter Lawrence that time in on the stop. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Incomplete.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much, unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play there for Cincinnati. 48 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Steelers' 8-yard line.
Burrow looking to pass. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Screenplay, Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
They'll run it. Warren. Oh, good move. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
That's good for a Steelers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Back at the 31-yard line.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Rodgers. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Now a run with Warren. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Here's Thomas Morstead now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Burrow and the Bengals down by 16, 2:07 remaining. Their perfect start to the season in serious peril as they come up on 1st and 10. Short throw to Smith. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's complete to Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. One timeout at their disposal, but more pressing is the need for 2 scores, obviously. Here's 1st and 10. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Here's 1st down. Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw, Burrow. And the Steelers pressure too much here. He's going down. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Here's Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. This is 1st and 10.
25 yards. 1st down, Cincinnati.
Throwing, Burrow. It's complete to Brown, right side. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Burrow. Open man is Yoshibas. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Here we go, 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Limited time left on the clock. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone.
And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
the Bengals.
Yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
But he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th. And it's the Steelers that come up with it, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
At the Bengals 42-yard line.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
On the play. It's 3rd and 10.
On the run, it's Warren. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37.
Brought down by Daxton Hill.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Steelers, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they too will exit with a 2-1 record. And they'll get a chance to